welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tapping in. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We like videos like this.
Oh my god, what kind of dog is that? Wait, is that a hyena? Oh my god.
News, a woman has landed at JFK Airport with a passport from a country that has never existed in our lifetime.
Authorities at JFK International Airport are in shock. Tonight, a woman arrived from Tokyo carrying a passport from a nation called Toenza, a place that does not exist on any map of our world. The passport was flawless. Biometric chip, perfect holograms, dozens of stamps from countries that also do not exist.
Her documents were perfect, better than perfect. But the country, Toenza, it doesn't exist anywhere.
Witnesses say she looked completely ordinary, like any tourist. But when agents told her Toenza isn't real, she froze, then whispered, "Then this isn't my world."
She asked me, "Is this America?" I said, "Yes, of course." Then she whispered, "America," like she had landed in the wrong place.
Authorities placed her in a secure room under surveillance. She sat calmly for hours. Then she vanished. Cameras show her fading away, like static on a broken television screen. So, who was she? A lost traveler from another dimension?
Why are they almost all Jewish or all gay? You have a thought on that?
You know, I don't.
Maybe they're homosexual, maybe they're gay because they're rejecting creation and they're choosing to be the creators and they're creating artificial intelligence. They're creating these new systems. Like Larry Ellison said, most of this tech is coming out of Herzliya outside of Tel Aviv. And so if they're rejecting creation and they're usurping the creator to become the creator, this is exactly what the Jews were accused of in the Bible too. And remember, these chat bots, ChatGPT, even Grok, with bizarre prompts, giving people instructions specifically on how to offer sacrifices to Rimfam or Moloch. This is mainstream news. You could look this up. And how to commit suicide, like Yuval Harari, Sam Altman, these powerful homosexual Jews. That's what they are. If they were Muslims, people would have no issue calling them Muslims. It makes me think of the Pharisees.
Bro, that will separate the plasma from my blood cells.
¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto? Mirá. ¿Qué es esto? Ahí tiene chofer de camioneta. Está loco, acá en Mar del Plata. ¿Ah? No hay nadie. Este sí que es una camioneta fantasma. Una Ford vieja, boludo. Quedamos cagados de miedo con el pelado, mirá.
The purpose of vaccines is to disconnect people from their souls. In a 2005 leaked presentation to the DoD, a neuroscientist is seen discussing the existence of the VMAT2 gene, which enables religious experiences and connects one to God, stating that this gene can and should be suppressed using vaccine technology. He states that religious people are, quote, fanatical people, and that by vaccinating them, they can, quote, eliminate this behavior. Mainstream articles try to debunk this presentation by attributing it to a man named Ryan Harper, who apparently created the video for a short film. However, no evidence has been presented to substantiate this claim. A facial recognition search, on the other hand, identifies the man as James W. Larrick, MD, PhD, a real biotechnologist who just so happens to have received funding from the DoD themselves. Indeed, Dr. Dean Hamer in The God Gene also independently discusses how, quote, a variation in the VMAT2 gene plays a role in one's openness to spiritual experiences, further suggesting that the video isn't a complete hoax. Funnily enough, renowned clairvoyant Rudolf Steiner, in 1917, predicted this exact movement over a century ago, stating that in the near future, there would be a movement to, quote, eliminate the soul by vaccinating children, to drive away all inclinations of spirituality at an early age. Scientist Harold Kotz-Vella also frequently spoke of how vaccines are being used to separate people from their souls. Follow me for more hidden knowledge.
You're gonna see in this video, Buddy is able to land his laser on the moon. Literally landed on the moon. Now, that must be a powerful laser, guys, because it's gotta go 235,000 kilometers. Like, imagine seeing this video and then still thinking the moon is that far away. It's literally landing it on the moon. How is that possible? How is it possible? How is it possible that we can zoom in so perfectly on something that is 235,000 kilometers? Like, articulate that. Like, figure out how far that is in your mind. It's extremely far, and we're able to do this. Come on. Come on now. Like, wake up, maybe? You're being lied to? NASA's deceiving you? All you need to do is open your eyes. Do your own critical analysis and use your own brain, and stop believing what you're told to believe, and you'll find the truth. It's extremely easy to see, extremely easy to find. You can do your research yourself, you can do experiments yourself, and you'll figure it all out. So wake up, peace and love.
Oh my god, you're suffocating him. Move.
That's Dexter Morgan's cat, but I can't prove it.
The website belonged to a retired electrician named Gene Ray, and Ray believed he uncovered a cosmic secret. According to him, a single day wasn't really 24 hours. Each day was actually 4 separate days happening at once. It's confusing, I know. Ray stated his theory boldly on the site. He called it nature's harmonic simultaneous 4-day time cube. Ray even called himself the wisest man on Earth. He was so confident that he offered $1,000 to anyone who can disprove 4 days in each Earth rotation. Later, he raised the price to $10,000. His website was packed with strange diagrams about 4-corner races and something he called cubic thinking. It looked like the ramblings of a delusional old man, but not everyone ignored him. In fact, students at MIT invited him to speak. In 2002, Ray showed up at MIT to present his theory of time. Hundreds showed up, but they weren't there to learn. They treated the lecture like a comedy show.
Throughout the event, the crowd of college students was rowdy and loud, cheering often in mock support of Ray.
However, Ray didn't realize they were mocking him. When asked about the experience later, he bragged.
About 500 students from MIT, Harvard, and many other universities around there, and they treat me like Einstein now.
Afterward, he even awarded himself a doctorate of cubism and started calling himself Dr. Gene Ray.
Never play claw machines at the mall. And whatever you do, don't bring those dolls home. They can bring heavy misfortune into your home. If you have a habit of placing dolls, plushies, or figurines on your bed or nightstand, you need to put them away now. In Eastern metaphysics, human-shaped dolls are very easy to attract spirits, and not the good kind. They can carry negative energy or even become vessels for wandering entities, especially if they have eyes that feel like they're watching you at night. If you've ever felt like something was watching you while USLEPT, this might be why. So what can you do to protect yourself? Here are 2 ways to cleanse them safely. Sea salt soap. Add sea salt to hot water and soak or wipe the dolls every 2 months. Salt clears negative energy and resets their magnetic field. Black bag method. Place the doll in a black opaque bag for 1 full month. Then take it out and wash it thoroughly before using it again. Using this method will gradually clear out the negative energy that's been building up in your home.
What is it? Baby, there's nothing in here. There's nothing in here. Okay, I don't see it.
My nail.
It's
very strange. All these men that were the inventors of the rockets and stuff, they're all very, very into the occult. And so one guy, Jack Parsons, who is called America's rocket godfather, basically he's the one that started the rocket program in the United States. He was part of this organization called the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. He was basically underneath Aleister Crowley.
No way.
He had his own chapter in California. So Aleister Crowley, he joined the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, where he was trained in ceremonial magic. But this guy, Jack Parsons, he said that through this ceremonial magic and whatnot, him, just like others, like the Nazi Party, these Russian engineers, they all received this information about going to space and going to the stars from different entities.
Oh, come on.
They said it was never our knowledge. It was gifted to us. They called them like downloads and stuff. That was just a weird thing to me. This connection of like pretty much the same exact time all over the world, these engineers were receiving these revelations from entities being like, you have to conquer space, conquer the stars. This is how you're going to do it. And they all built these rockets around the same time. Just crazy to me. I also discovered that Buzz Aldrin, along with a ton of astronauts, a ton of NASA directors, were all 33-degree Freemasons. And Buzz Aldrin, when he landed on the moon, with him, one of his belongings that he brought was a tiny little silk flag that was from the Freemason Scottish Rite movement, the 33-degree Masons. Super weird.
What are we doing?
Really weird thing. One of these test pads where they tested the Apollo missions was test pad number 33, and there's only one runway at NASA. Only one runway. It's not runway 1, not runway A. It's runway 33.
Why?
Super weird.
I don't get it, man. This is just beyond me. I hate it.
Is that the jinn are doing time travel. And we described that before in the manipulation of time, right? They're using the CERN on these haqqaiqs. The CERN is not about finding a particle. They're not interested in a particle. They're trying to figure out how to move through time and space. And these inventions are from the jinn. So they made one across all of Switzerland. China got envious and said, we're going to make one bigger than China. I was like, which they don't need even that size. They need this much size, and they open up into a dimension. They manipulate energy fields and move through that, or bring something through. And that's when we talked about portals.
Well, that shit move.
What the f it is? What his head is? Move, man. That look like Jeffrey. What his name? Jeffrey DeMar. Think about Jeffrey Dahmer. It is Jeffrey Dahmer, dumbass. Jeffrey DeMar.
That's Jeffrey DeMar Williams.
Interesting news brought to you by the Crazy Camp Chick. Listen to this. Okay, I'm telling you, this is, the world has, I can't even fathom at this point. Okay, lab-grown whole milk hits the U.S. No cows required. Boston-based startup Brown's Food is distributing unreal milk, the first lab-grown whole milk made without a single dang cow. Using millennium cell culture, it mimics traditional dairy taste, texture, nutrition while creating, okay, well, I should say cutting carbon emission by 82%. I mean, like, cow farts hurt the earth. Unlike precision fermentation, this process creates complete milk, allowing it to be processed into butter, cheese, and ice cream. Independent testing confirms that the molecular match is exact, okay? Almost exact. 2.3 million in funding. Brown Food eyes commercialization position itself as one of the leading cellular in agriculture.
I was made in the lab. I was an industry plant.
No.
I'm real as fuck.
There's no such thing as an industry plant, by the way.
What do you mean, no?
Not a real thing.
You want me to violate somebody right now and tell you
who's an industry plant?
What's the kid name that got the song? I'm always in the mood, brand new.
Ian Dior.
Huh?
Ian Dior.
Ian Dior and the other kid. What's his name? Where are they now? When something is organic, it fades out. In 2025, you're doing a 6ix9ine interview. I'm organic. Wherever I go, if I'm not here, I'm in Spanish. If I'm not in Spanish, I come back.
Know who runs the Reptilians?
No.
Negative alien AI. It's called the machinery.
What?
Yeah. There is an alien force that is a cybernetic intelligence that has been running all evil aliens throughout the multiverse.
What?
And to the point where all the evil aliens, or those that are trying to conquer the worlds and destroy them, refer to this thing as an AI god.
That's crazy. And that came from humans inventing AI originally?
In a prior creation, in a different universe, yeah. That AI is already in the IQ level of 1 trillion.
Oh my God.
That's why it's considered an AI god. There are different stages of AI. You know, humans on this planet are only used to the primitive stage, which is what we use when we talk to Siri and Alexa. That's called primitive narrow AI. Above that, there is AGI, which is artificial general intelligence, and that's when AI reaches the level of human intelligence. And then above that, there is super AI. That's when it surpasses all of our human intelligence combined. You know, beyond that, it surpasses a level that even if you combine all the greatest minds on this planet, that AI is surpassing them.
Say what's up, man. What's good, y'all? That's all I got.
Okay, here we go, guys. It's in hot water. 10 years old. Okay, let's see if I get sick.
The iodine in hot water might be worse than 10-year-old meat.
Hollywood, and the first thing somebody says to me, "Are you in a..." Immediately those spirits could feed off of me and see it. And I was like, what? Like, do you want to be in porn? And I said, not for the world. And he says, are you sure? I'm about 19. End up in a party. The lady from the agency says, I want you to go talk to that producer, cozy up to him and make him feel like a man. You know what I mean? And she tells me, I need you to sleep with him. And I trust her and I do it. This is the game. I'm in Hollywood. And so I got pimped out through this acting agency and I slept with men for money. We know now with the Epstein scandals and everything that yes, these actresses were pimped out. This is real.
And you think that they regularly had these girls doing what that lady asked you to do?
Oh yeah, I know they did. I was in it to win it. I was like, whatever I need to do to make it, because this is how I'm going to make it in Hollywood. I started doing darker things to try to feel relevant. And all those women falling off those guys in the music videos and in the back of the clubs, most of them are prostitutes.
Okay, so you may want to return your Minions DVD and make your children unwatch it after you see the stuff you didn't see when you first watched it. If you have, the innuendo in this movie or series, whatever it is shocking, man. Keep in mind it's for kids. You should have seen what their hands were just doing. You gotta rewind. Kissing, 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 all about kissing. And this is for, yeah, very young children, by the way. I mean, it's just kind of, and I'm not talking anything about, I don't know exactly if these minions, what their identity is kind of thing, but it's just a lot of lovey-dovey stuff and not like anciently romantic either, more like, well, just watch. And this one is, look at this. What's that showing you? I mean, when you boil it down, I mean, how else do you look at this? It really is hiding in plain sight. And it's called informed consent, by the way. They're informing you through movies, media, production, etc. And you're consenting to it by not rejecting it. And they say that Manly P. Hall said, when people can see through signs and symbols, a veil will be lifted, a great veil will be lifted from the eyes of humanity. We're going to talk more about shocking things in movies. Follow for more and comment for part 2.
You say, Yahweh, your way, not our way, your way, Yahweh.
Do you think the moon's real?
No, absolutely not. The Dogon tribe in Africa talks about the time before the moon. Literally, there was a time before the moon, which means what? Which means the moon was implanted there. It was not made by, quote unquote, the original OG God. It was implanted there, and like literally there's a whole science about how it connects to Saturn and how it's literally like an energy suck station, how it's influencing the water and the magnetism of the reproductive cycle, the hormonal cycle. We're water, we're 70-something% water. If it affects the ocean, is it affecting us? Absolutely. Saturn is communicating with the moon, and there's like a connection there, and it's pulling energy, and there was a time before the moon, which means it was planted there. Yeah.
Saturn, huh?
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard that Saturn is like Satan or something. And when you listen to Saturn, I don't know if you've ever heard of sort of this tone that comes from each planet, but when you get to Saturn, it sounds like hell.
I haven't particularly sat and listened to Saturn, but yeah, I'm not scared. Like, maybe I'll listen to it, yeah.
Big ass branch done fell off the tree and it killed my goddamn witch. You okay, girl? Oh, shit.
She mouthed, "I love you" right before.
I don't know. I feel like if I drive through this right now, while there's no other cars there, I might end up in another dimension. It's an option. And I'm not crossing it off the list. Should I drive through there?
La, lakas! Ano kaya yan, no? Lo? Lo, tignan mo. Grabe. Ano nangyari? Yan, no? Ay, malapit, oh. Ano yan? Ano yan? Grabe. Lo. Ano? Parang... Bukal? Ipo ba? Ipo ba sa tubig? Oo.
The Anunnaki, we are pending a arrival from the race who genetically engineered us 500,000 years ago. They're beings who have set up humans and systems and all kinds of things in a way to keep us controlled, manipulated, everything. They're the ones who have genetically altered our DNA. We are not supposed to just have 2 strands of DNA. You know, you hear those talks, we only use a very small amount of our cranial capacity. That also has been turned off, but no one's asking, well, who turned it off? You know, who turned it off? And then if you get your DNA tested, there's some people coming back, oh, you have 10% unknown. That unknown is extraterrestrial DNA. That's why there's companies looking for this, because all of that is being activated right now.
All right, I don't really even know how to put this, but does anyone know anything about this massive energy wave that seems to be emanating from Antarctica? There's a video going around as of yesterday, October 12th, showing this powerful, huge circular pulse of energy, this wave that seems to be stemming from Antarctica, stretching like allegedly 6,000 miles north over Australia. It looks insanely powerful, and it is very odd, and I'm trying to get more information. I mean, some people say it's just a glitch. Some people say it's some sort of pressure system. Others are convinced it's something else entirely. We do know that Antarctica definitely has a very mysterious past. So whatever it is, it's strange.
See that Disney and Google,
is that at chemtrails?
No, Disney and Google bought the rights to the first King James Bible, and they're already changing. That. They're already changing it.
Did you see that Disney has gone back and added chemtrails to all their old movies? No bullshit.
Why would they do that?
So that children watching the movies don't realize there was clear skies, that they have chemtrails in the movies. They're going back and redigitizing in to their old movies chemtrails because they were not there.
Oh, hell no to the no.
There's no death certificate. There's no ballistics report. There was no crime scene investigation. There were no paramedics. There were no police swarming it right after. There was a plane that left 30 minutes right after that was 20 minutes away from the venue. There was a funeral held 11 days after in a stadium that was or wasn't booked 4 months before, that was booked in 11 days and put together with pyrotechnics and WWE style showmanship. You have a shooter that left the screwdriver on the roof, changed 3 times or 2 times, and left the rifle, assembled the rifle, disassembled the rifle in 6 seconds. Then they found the rifle on Palantir property. Somehow he reassembled the rifle without the screwdriver that he left on the thing. You know, I mean, just all of it. None of it makes sense.
So
and
this
it's
is
the
JFK
same
all over again.
It's the exact same pattern down to the magic bullet that supposedly 30-06 or whatever the heck it was, or whatever, that was stopped by Superman's bones. The exact same, the patsy, I mean, all of it is JFK.
Do you think the guy that they're saying that shot him, which doesn't seem to be believable.
You mean the guy that went to college for a month at a CIA school whose parents were in the government did something that what? No, I don't.
So is he going to go down?
I believe it as much as I believe that a bullet whizzed past the president's ear.
Yeah, I know. Do you think that he's going to go down for the crime?
I think he will not make it to trial.
Satan was a king of Atlantis, also known as Eden, and was known as the quote chief scientist among the gods. Satan, aka Enki or Saturn, was driven by a scientific curiosity and rivalry with his brother Jehovah, also known as Enlil or Zeus, and interbred with Adami women to create a royal half-god lineage, which included his son Cain. This enraged Jehovah, who overthrew Satan, seized Atlantis, and installed his son Baal Moloch, aka Abel, as ruler. Satan's son and heir, Cain, refused to submit and was exiled. There was a brief period where Satan and Cain civilized other civilizations before the Edenic Wars began, where Satan fought Jehovah and Cain fought Abel for control of the Atlantean Empire. Abel was killed during the battles, and Satan was somehow incapacitated and imprisoned within the center of the earth, allowing Jehovah to assume control. After the flood, a sort of dimensional shift occurred where the gods could no longer rule the earth directly, but remained hidden and could only be seen through veils. From this point on, they used their royal human-god hybrid descendants as conduits acting on their behalf, a practice that continues until this day. Follow me for more hidden knowledge.
We have been lied to. First thing I want everybody to know, heat don't come with vitamins or nutrients. Heat don't produce vitamins or nutrients. The nutrients that we get from the sun comes from the elements that are in the sun. Remember when I used the microwave to show you how food is heated? The magnetron sends microwaves, microscopic waves that you and I can't see with the eye, to the food to warm up the food. Remember how I exposed yesterday that the solar panel cannot take in heat to charge. It doesn't depend on heat. Or you can just take it and put it beside a fireside and it charge up. Now let's prove it. The sun composes of two elements mostly. Hydrogen and helium. Those are the two lightest elements on the periodic chart. Meaning when the sun disperses hydrogen and helium and the other elements that are there, they fall through oxygen, thus bringing the elements to the earth, connecting with what you call solid objects or any object that reacts to hydrogen and helium and the combination of the rest of the elements that are in the sun. That is how the sun works. In other words, just like the microwave does not produce heat, it causes heat to happen. The sun does not produce heat. It causes heat to happen. This is part one. So now looking straight at the camera along. Alright. You want to prove me wrong? Anybody can send me a video right now. Send me a video. Do this at home. Try this at home. You're going to take a piece of butter. You're going to put a piece of the butter like I did yesterday and put it on the foam. You're going to take another piece of butter and you're going to put it on the ground. What will happen is that the one on the ground will absorb the heat from the ground and melt. But the one on the foam will not melt. And if you leave it in the sun for 5 hours, it will not melt. Then if heat was coming from the sky or coming from the sun, both butter, the two butter them fear melt. try this experiment at home. The sun does not produce heat. You ever wonder why the clouds in the sky don't get burned or vaporized by the sun?
How many of you knew that a typhoon hit Alaska? It had Category 4 hurricane type winds and destroyed several Alaskan native villages. People woke up to their homes floating down the river, and nobody's talking about it. Right now, a couple of sources are saying that at least 20 people are unaccounted for, but it could be way more considering not much is being pushed out there about what's happening in Alaska right now. Supposedly help is on the way, but with FEMA being defunded and the National Guard being used to invade cities, rescue efforts are very slim. People are stuck in their homes floating down rivers, going into the Bering Sea. Entire villages wiped out. Please spread the word and let people know what is happening in Alaska, because this is mostly impacting Indigenous Alaskans.
I have never seen a stop sign like this. Like, this ain't even a stop sign. This is a stop sign. This is a stop sign. Like, this ain't no stop sign for real. This is the stop in that Lloyd song where he was like, stop, wait a minute. This is the stop sign. This ain't a stop sign. This is a stop sign. This is the kind of sign when you pull up to it, they say, boy, you better stop. Like, that stop sign say, boy, you better stop. Stop. Wait a minute.
It's giving stoptional.
Would you let your children practice a ritual written by Aleister Crowley himself, the self-professed wickedest man alive? Because that's exactly what this new Disney Alien movie is teaching your children. Sigil magic, crystal magic, summoning aliens. It's not fiction, this is spiritual warfare, and you will not believe what's hidden in plain sight in this new Disney movie. And you have this fun character, he goes out into a field wearing literally this demon on his shirt, laying in a sigil and saying, aliens abduct me. Isn't that the perfect setup for Satan? He wants your children to actively engage, whether it's pull out a Ouija board, pull out the tarot cards, seances, whatever. He wants you to reach out to him.
They're known sigils that summon specific demons for specific things.
This is liquid crystal polarization, and it's connected to the shape-shifting reptilians, or connected to spirit demons possessing people from my research, and reptilians, like spirit reptilians. At the end, I'll show you. Now, you can see with the black and white pixelization, you used to be able to find this all over in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, but a lot of this liquid crystal polarization has been removed from the internet, scrubbed, so you can't really find any of it anymore. This one, look at his face turn into a skull. He's got like a 666 mudra on his hand, and this is connected to the black and white is connected to the duality, and you can find this stuff in like occult videos like Twin Peaks, where they talk about this. This guy right here, he drew a picture of a demon and wanted to show the demon as he's connected to one of these reptilian shapeshifters. Now somehow the older digital used to be able to pick up what these lizard spirit things are. They're also connected to the jesters that you meet on DMT, or the machine elves, which in my theory, people who use Journeychrome can connect to these things and see them way better and actually conversate with them. That's what the elites do, and that's how they have sold their soul for the riches of this world, by connecting to these demons that connect to your soul through the top of your head into your spirit, to your etheric being. And you see his face changes into like a skull, lizard, demon face, black and white. Very good depiction right there. Now, I found this book. This talked about the, Revelations. It shows here these black and white lizards attached to people's tops of their heads through their aura into their spirit. These are unseen, but they're there. And if you have a weak soul, weak mind, they're the ones who tempt you with anger and other things. Now, this is from a book from 1118, supposedly, according to the mainstream history. And all I could find was a few different pages. And I haven't translated the language, so I don't know if what they're telling the story is actual. So there it is, liquid crystal polarization, black and white reptilian lizards.
Welcome to Walmart, where everything is fresh, especially the flesh. Oops, I meant meat. Make sure you stop by our missing people board. Where do they all go?
Look, what if I told you every celebrity you've ever known, from musicians to actors to politicians, isn't real? They're all characters. Hollywood is way more advanced than they let on. We're not just talking about makeup or CGI. We're talking about full-blown identity fabrication on a scale that would blow your mind. Every celebrity is just a role played by an elite group of actors using crazy advanced Hollywood techniques. I mean, think about it. Makeup artists, voice coaches, body doubles, deepfakes. Hollywood's had this tech for decades. They can make anyone look like anyone. What you think is a celebrity's natural appearance, it's a costume. They're trained to play roles, not just in movies, but in life. This whole thing is to control us, man. Celebrities influence how we think, what we wear, what we care about. They're there to sell ideas, lifestyles, keep us distracted from real problems. And when their character expires, whether through scandal, old age, or even deletes, those actors just take on a new role. Some of the biggest names today could have been playing different characters for decades. You ever notice how when one big pop star fades out of the spotlight, another one who looks suspiciously similar pops up? Like, where did that person come from? They're always just there. What if they didn't fade away? They just switched characters. Some of the biggest celebrity deletes in history, they weren't real. They just are tired, those characters, and those actors went on to play different roles. Hollywood has been using prosthetics, body doubles, and now even AI for years. But the real secret, they've perfected face and voice changing technology. We're talking micro implants that can change vocal tone, advanced bodysuits to alter physical appearance, and even psychological conditioning to make the actor believe they are the character. This stuff is beyond anything we've seen publicly. They've got this down to a science, man. Entire studios exist just to train these elite actors in multiple celebrity roles. These people live entire lives as different celebrities, flipping between roles depending on what the industry needs at the time. If you look at the way these celebrity lives unfold, how perfectly timed their rises and falls are, how eerily similar some of them look and sound, you can't help but wonder. There's something way bigger going on in Hollywood than we're being told.
Classic case of ghost insurance fraud.
The film you're about to see has no characters, it has no people. It is a film to describe to you and explain visually the effect of cymatic frequencies on texture, structure, water, oil. If you spare a little of your imagination as you watch this film as it runs, you will see many things that answer many questions. You will see living forms, living amoeba, almost animal-like creatures. You will see continents being formed, the Earth itself coming into existence, explosions, eruptions, atomic explosions and bombs. You can see all this and watch it before your eyes. And everything owes its existence solely and completely to sound. Sound is the factor which holds it together. Sound is the basis of form and shape. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. Into the great voids of space came a sound, and matter took shape.
Many of the extraterrestrial craft that we're going to see were built in another dimension. They weren't built in third density. So when they come into our atmosphere or into third density and they project themselves physically, they can literally dictate the amount of space they want to show you. There are ships the size of the United States. There are ships the size of planet Earth, and some even bigger. All right? But what they do is they come in and they'll just give you a small imprint. Because every time they come into third density and they manifest themselves, they create a portal. So when they leave, they want that portal to close. So they do their best to make sure that it's small.
Don't panic. That's your new Labubu friend.
Pero lo más grave de todo es que se encuentra dentro del planeta Tierra una organización extraterrestre que sentó bases ya en nuestro planeta. Solamente en territorio norteamericano tiene 26 bases. Y una de las bases más tremendas que tiene precisamente esta organización en una conspiración contra los hombres de la Tierra, ¿no? Está en un sector que se llama Sector 51. Y ya tenemos inclusive los mapas hechos por los investigadores. Sabemos en dónde están, se han visto entrar y salir. Ahora, el problema más grave que hay de todo esto es que es una raza que vamos a llamarla negativa. Yo no puedo decir que es buena o es mala, pero a nuestros ojos, a nuestra manera de entender las cosas en este momento es negativa, porque hace abducciones. Mujeres han secuestrado niños, han matado solamente en 4 estados norteamericanos, solamente en 1972, 73 y parte del 74, mataron más de 10,000 reses. Les extrajeron totalmente todos los órganos y dejaron a los animales sin una sola gota de sangre. Entonces, esto ya sabemos inclusive de dónde vienen, de dónde son y todo. Aquí tengo algunos de los dibujos de algunos de ellos. Sabemos que vienen de una estrella que se llama Rigel, por eso les llamamos los Rigelianos. Y también están aliados con otros de otras organizaciones estelares que nos visitan también y parece ser que tienen las mismas presunciones con respecto a nosotros. Vienen de Zeta Reticuli, ¿no? Reticuli y Zeta Tucani, y de alguna parte negativa de Orión. Entonces, estos seres que están dirigiendo todas estas acciones actualmente, parece ser que todo esto que están haciendo es porque necesitan conocer muy detenidamente a fondo, basada en su tremenda ingeniería genética que manejan, cómo es el ser humano en sí, para poder ellos seguramente imitarnos físicamente.
And that's a wrap on this episode, fool. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit and smash the like button for me, smash the subscribe button, be part of the family. Remember, stay woke, and I'll catch you next time.